Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Market Report for Thursday, the 9th of September 2021, where in just a few minutes I tell you everything you need to know about what's happened in financial markets and the world of economics today. I'm Sean Aylmer. Before we get into it, we're told there's been a few delays affecting a whole stack of podcasts on the Apple platform globally. If you're one of the listeners who's been receiving our 6am episode late, we're sorry for the inconvenience. Other platforms, including Spotify, aren't affected. The S&P ASX 200 hit a near 6-month low this afternoon of 7,288 points amid escalating fears that the COVID outbreak along the East Coast could hurt economic growth. Despite the Reserve Bank earlier in the week saying the outbreak would delay but not derail the economy, investors turned bearish. Similar sentiment is clear in both the United States and European markets as well. There were 1,405 new COVID cases announced in New South Wales today, and that follows 1,480 yesterday. Victoria announced a new high for this wave of 324 new cases. Investors don't like the news. The S&P ASX 200 eventually closed down almost 2% to 7,370 points. There was red everywhere. All 11 subsectors of the index were lower. That's unusual and what you call a broad-based sell-off. The Information Technology Index was down 3.2%, while the financials, energy, materials, industrials, and telecommunications indices were all off more than 2%. There were only 4 of the top 50 stocks to make gains today. Incredible. ResMed, which was up 1.8%, was the best of the top 200. The other 3 to be in positive territory were Fisher & Paykel Healthcare, Emcor and Dexus. The losses among the tech sector stocks were significant. EML Payments was down 5.7%, Megaport was off 5.4%, Nearmap tumbled 4.5%, Xero was more than 4% lower, and Afterpay finished down 3%. The iron ore miners were also lower, with Rio Tinto off 2.5% and BHP down 1.7%. Fortescue Metals was a relatively good performer, dropping only 0.6%. Some of the lithium battery metals companies were hit hard. Orocobre was down more than 6%, and Pilbara Minerals was off 5.5%. The worst of the top 200 was Virgin Money UK, which fell almost 8%. In economic news, payroll jobs fell by 0.7% during the fortnight to 14 August, according to the Bureau of Statistics. It followed a big drop the previous fortnight, with losses concentrated in New South Wales and Queensland. The good news, if you live in South Australia, is that payroll jobs rose in that state, up 1.5%. The Aussie dollar is trading at 73.6 US cents. Wall Street ended lower this morning. Worries about the rising number of COVID cases and concerns over valuations have put a brake on markets in recent days. The Nasdaq 100 ended the session 0.4% lower. The S&P 500 was off 0.1%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average was 0.2% lower. That's it for the afternoon market report for Thursday, the 9th of September 2021. Join me tomorrow morning for the Friday edition of Fear and Greed, and then for my chat to Matthew Knott, the Sydney Morning Herald and Age Washington correspondent, about the State of the Union 20 years after 9/11. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.